My dad warns me not to expect a birthday gift since I'm the least favorite, but I turn the tables with a surprise of my own. His reaction is priceless. I was turning 18, and honestly, I wasn't expecting much. My brother got a car for his 18th birthday. Not just any car, a brand new Jeep with a bow on top. My sister got a trip to Paris with two of her friends when she turned 18. Me? Dad pulled me aside exactly 1 week before my birthday and said, "Don't expect anything special this year. Money's tight. You know how it is." But I knew exactly how it was. Money wasn't tight. It was never tight when it came to them. Growing up, I always felt invisible in my own house. My brother was the golden child, star quarterback, straight A's, everyone's favorite. My sister was the baby, the princess who could do no wrong. And me, I was just there, taking up space. I remember being 12 and winning a regional science fair. I came home so excited to tell everyone. My brother had just scored a touchdown at practice that same day. Guess which one got celebrated at dinner? Hint, it wasn't the science fair. When I was 15, I made honor roll for the first time. I left the certificate on the kitchen counter, hoping someone would notice. 3 days later, I found it under a pile of my sister's cheerleading flyers. No one had said a word. So when Dad gave me that warning about my birthday, something inside me shifted. I wasn't hurt anymore. I was done. I'd been working at a local grocery store since I was 16. Every paycheck, I put away as much as I could. I told my parents the money was for college expenses, which wasn't exactly a lie. But I had a bigger plan brewing. 6 months before my 18th birthday, I'd applied to MIT. I didn't tell anyone. Not my guidance counselor, not my friends, definitely not my family. I wrote the essays late at night in my room. I sent in my test scores, my transcripts, everything in secret. 3 months before my birthday, I got the email. Full academic scholarship, full ride. They wanted me. I stared at that acceptance letter for hours, reading it over and over, making sure it was real. And then I saved it. I didn't tell a soul. I wanted to wait for the perfect moment. My birthday morning arrived. I came downstairs around 9 a.m. Mom was making pancakes, but they were my sister's favorite kind, chocolate chip. My birthday breakfast had always been blueberry, but I guess she forgot. Dad was reading the newspaper. My brother was texting someone, probably his girlfriend. My sister was taking selfies with the pancakes before she even ate them. "Morning," I said, sitting down at the table. "Oh, happy birthday, sweetie," Mom said, not looking up from the stove. Dad glanced at me over his newspaper and gave a single nod. That was it. My brother didn't even acknowledge me. My sister took another selfie. No card on my plate, no small wrapped gift, not even a birthday candle and a pancake. Nothing. I ate my breakfast in silence, watching my family completely ignore the fact that I existed. And honestly, I felt nothing. No sadness, no anger, just calm clarity. After breakfast, I cleared my throat. "I have something to show you all." My dad lowered his newspaper slightly, annoyed at the interruption. Mom turned around from the dishes. My siblings finally looked up from their phones. I pulled out my laptop and opened it on the kitchen table. The MIT acceptance letter was already on the screen, big and bold and undeniable. "I got into MIT," I said calmly. "Full academic scholarship, covers everything. Tuition, room, board, books." The email came 3 months ago. The silence that followed was deafening. Dad's newspaper slipped from his hands onto the table. Mom dropped a dish into the sink with a loud clatter. My brother's mouth literally fell open. My sister just stared. "3 months?" Dad finally said, his voice barely a whisper. "You got into MIT 3 months ago and you didn't tell us?" I looked him straight in the eye. "I figured you wouldn't care much. Money's tight, right? You know how it is." I watched his face go from pale to red. Mom started crying, covering her mouth with soapy hands. "That's not fair," my brother said, finding his voice. "We would have celebrated. We would have what?" I cut him off. "Noticed me for once? Put down your phone? Actually remembered it was my birthday without me having to remind you?" My sister looked down at her lap, tears starting to stream down her face. "I'm moving out next week," I continued, my voice steady. "I've already found an apartment near campus with 2 other incoming freshmen. Paid first and last month's rent with money I saved from the grocery store. My bags are half packed upstairs." Dad tried to stand up, but his legs seemed to give out. He sat back down heavily. "Son, we can talk about this. There's nothing to talk about," I said, closing my laptop. "I just wanted you to know that the kid you ignored, the one who wasn't worth a birthday gift, is going to MIT. Thought you should hear it from me before I disappeared." I stood up and walked toward the stairs. Behind me, I heard Mom sobbing openly now. I heard my sister whisper to my brother, "We really messed up. We really, really messed up." Yeah, they did. As I reached my bedroom door, I heard Dad call out my name. His voice cracked, but I didn't turn around. I had spent 18 years waiting for them to see me. Now I was done waiting.